May 27th still? Yeah, May 27th, 2020, 11:53 p.m. Colorado Springs time. I just had my family assault me to the lastest point. Entrap set me up, everything else. They're still dealing with hazing crimes that started back in 1999. And I knew it was the worstest thing I could do to come out here to Colorado Springs. 13 years on a non extraditable warrant that was a felony granted by the DA's office, and within 4 days of being here, I'm in jail. And the non extradition was overturned with waivers. All the corruption from Colorado, I took a chance because mommy wants to cry, and there's systematical influence and weight out in Columbus, Ohio. Somebody keeps fucking with me. So I figured, make it reasonably psychologically understandable. So I came out to Colorado Springs, and it ain't been nothing but shit. They're utilizing the hazing, the same type of shit from 1999 and multitudes of other things out here. Complete mind wash, human trafficking, drug iterated bullshit. The hazing part is not just hazing by defamation or doing a cult act and all the rest of the shit, but it's also repeating the same thing. My mother is involved with that shit. Just like Lisa Stanley and the Stanley family being Russian, the West Side Bottoms being ran by the drug addicts, and she is an interracial dater. And next thing you know, I'm running into evidence that it's her, the crew, my family, their intermixing of my family in the past and the crimes they committed. And I'm just an outcast to the whole thing, much less not even just a little bit outcast. I'm being hazed completely. I've been likely screwed. I need the FBI that was involved to get back involved, but I don't know how to contact them. There's no paperwork for it. It was just socially done. It was done in public, talked in public, and a lot of power behind the power that they could have or did have and was illustrating. Much less just like the DA 13 years ago here in Colorado Springs said, I'm marking your case non extraditable due to basically systematical error and corruption in the way the system is and what you said about how the system is here for you and the attacks that's happened to you and all the stuff that's happening, that you can leave the state and create a better life, go seek a better life without having somebody stick you in the back with a criminal charge that in a sense you was coerced into anyhow. But understandable. I won't give 100% of everything that was said or understood, but even systematical error and corruption right there in the courtroom. And well, no, I left 13 years. I'm listening to a crying mother that's been psychologically assaulting me for ever, since 1999 at least, participating with hazing crimes. I've had people work in law enforcement in Columbus, Ohio, which isn't always great, but is actually 10 times better than here, outright say back then, and they're lieutenants and retired lieutenants, that that's exactly what it is. It was hazing, and it was not supposed to. That's one thing that's right now. I'm in Colorado Springs. This is Columbus, Ohio. I'm talking about where I've lived for like 10 years plus. Um, talking, not illustrating, but saying, hey, that shit shouldn't. It followed me back here in 1999 when we came back as a family when I was living here, and they said it should not have followed. It was supposed to have been an incidental situation, just for Columbus, Ohio, in the summertime setting and all the rest. It building as it following interstate stalking and all the rest of the harshness, that makes it 10 times worse, and they understand. But I don't know how to word it anymore. I become incapacitated, incompetent, and just messed up to the point there's people in the system that's also corrupt that don't want me talking, trying to screw the system up. And I'm talking about like people in DC that are with the FBI outright standing in front of me, even though there's no paperwork, saying not only should it be investigated, you should be able to have it investigated for Colorado Bureau of Investigations, and the shit that they pulled on you and the way the system worked out here in Colorado Springs, much less them interstate stalking, while I get laughed at for law enforcement can interstate stalk. They just got a lawful right to do so, and that's not always the truth. There's misconduction and wrongdoings. What's happening here right now at the very moment is more basically what I'm going to illustrate as hazing. It's the same repetitive, same shit that happened in 1999 off of West Walnut Street and Gift Street, basically the streets that I live at. Um, and a stripper, and the stripper was in my grandpa's house when my grandfather was gone, and I was there, and another neighbor I thought was a friend, which wasn't, was there, and he started screwing her, and I found out intentionally it was hazing. It was talked to by the police. There was other things that happened, racial shit, and it's this chick that created the situation. Years later, it was proven that there was questions asked about that chick and all kinds of shit to the individual because he was still in the neighborhood, or still is in the neighborhood, and proven point that he participated with a situation and a person that was basically anonymous to the neighborhood intentionally. And he doesn't know enough information about that person now like I do, or and just situational shit. And it's just strange that they made it out that I'm the one, that's incoherent, incompetent, don't know what I'm talking about. But even 20 some years later, all of a sudden you don't know shit, but you've been participating, been empowering yourself, or still laughing at all things that you've done to me even 20 years ago. So, with that, the occurrence of the repetitive, identical situation going on, hazing, I'm here in Colorado Springs 20 years ago, 21 years later, and still be accountable as hazing. I have a lieutenant that's afraid, he's old. I'm afraid to die in your situation. I have the justice behind it served because technically, yeah, it was a laughing deal and it should have still had, I'm not saying it shouldn't have had justice just here in Columbus, Ohio, but it's bullshit that it was organized and followed me back to Colorado Springs. So everybody else, basically, I've been nothing but completely humanly tortured for 21 years, even by my own family. I know this for a fact. There's people that stood out. It's right next to the sheriff's department. He pulled in and down there, knew I was around, and not even just him. There's a bunch of other people that know the truth and a bunch of things behind the truth, and the quality of life for myself is just ruined. I'm physically sick, been made sick, I've been poisoned. I've been poisoned by my own family. Why would I come back around them? No proof. A systematical assault by corruption, trying to utilize psychological force that, hey, I'm mentally retarded or mentally incapable, and I'll be systematically assaulted. Well, that shit started really calming down in like Columbus, Ohio, and especially New York City, and senses because other senses, I was being attacked from the outside while the inside was trying to help, and they couldn't help because they didn't have the evidence to help me with. They couldn't just step in and intervene with nothing. While the others attacked and made it out that no, everybody's in on it, and even the system. And then it started getting a little corrupt, but either way. Going back into like Columbus, Ohio, why psychological assault, coercion, and all the rest. Somebody snobbing me, don't even know me, calling my name out, scolding and scorning. Scolding and scorning was explained by a psychiatrist that worked for the county. The same thing as an assault when it crosses the line. It's the same thing as assault. It's no different than beating somebody up. I'm done with the shit. The drugs, the organized crime, supposedly, all this Ohio king, queen, Colorado king. I come back to Colorado, and even in jail, there's shit that's being said from Columbus, Ohio, and that's interstate stalking to me. They shouldn't know the information. Somebody intentionally, psychologically fucking attacking. That'd be no different, excuse the language, if anybody's trying to understand it. You being out of state for 13 years, you come in 4 days, there's things in your neighborhood, or there's situations even if it ain't in your neighborhood, but let's just say recently occurred around you or something. It doesn't matter what it is. A shelf falling, somebody stealing something from a store, or non-criminal remarks, an assault that happened to you in another place, and somebody laughing, gloating, and talking about information, or secretive family information, or community information, and as if they're trying to extort and expose you, showing that, hey, we have the power and control, and you ain't shit. We're more powerful than you are. What just happened was hazing to me. Like I said, it's 11:54. No, it's 12:02 a.m. now. May 28th, 2020. You have my last name, Warwick's, already. You have my partial family's name. My family, that side really isn't family. I'll talk about that later. I have the other websites and the other videos and the other channels and everything else that I post to. I'm not supposed to be posting to this channel, but I'm going to today because I have more followers. I hurt myself to post this out to make myself look like nothing, but hey, the truth needs to be known. Human trafficking agents appeared in New York City. They brought human trafficking people who'd been, and children, if not just children, young adults. And this has been years and years ago, and it continues to happen when I go out there, though, of tactics that's been utilized by human traffickers. They brought out a busted human trafficker showing the tactics, the mean force, the psychological ability to control somebody while everybody else blames them. You're free, you can walk away. And it's hard to walk away because you can't, especially if that person's doing other things in the background like interstate stalking and interfering with any type of system while socially degrading. Incel. Anybody know what incel means? INCEL, look it up, definition, dumb shit like that. While also making marks, I had battery acid pit on my face out in New Jersey, New York, by the ones I was attacking from the outside. And then when you look up incel, hell yeah, I've been messed up. It ain't just my fault of being ugly. It ain't my fault of being fucking mentally retarded or whatever they want to call schizoid and all the rest. There's a cause and effect the system never profiled yet. While there is internal corruption with FBI and government agencies and just what I call United States and was told called United States victimization. That's no different than what you see in the news media of wrongdoing to other people, but they've only had the media be able to expose their situation. Even though, yes, that's because they have rock solid evidence, or maybe it's just because they got luck. And that's what I'm hoping for, a lot of luck. And I can't say I'm hoping for a lot of luck because who I'm dealing with is organized crime also. Their organized system against the government and for the government is the way they play. Higher intelligence taking control of somebody that didn't have any intelligence. And in my case, just like the human trafficking said, and when I've been around the other individuals having the same symptoms, the same situations and everything else, it's not my fault. I'm just trying to get out and try to figure out who to talk to. But I'm in Colorado Springs is one explanation. And this place is nothing but a fucking devil's den dirt hole to me. Always has been, always will be. I just got back here and there ain't nothing but dissatisfaction. I swear to God, I was supposed to have been safe with my family while they blame me, and I guarantee it's going to backfire on them sometime. I may have to be hurt really bad as far as being socially free because of these criminal charges, but and what was understood, everything being overturned, me being laughed in the face, you ain't shit, but I guarantee in the future they'll pay the price. It's a guarantee. I'm guaranteeing it with people that work with human trafficking, hazing, and knowing what hazing is, and state, local, and federal law, conspiracy against rights, shit like that, interstate stalking, not being a crybaby. I know fucking law enforcement in Columbus, Ohio that doesn't want to talk out because of corruption in law enforcement or community enforcing the harshness and the enforcement of the organization behind the power of the community that's allowing it to happen. Until proven otherwise, they'll empower themselves and doesn't matter. But once proven, that whole community, the whole city, the whole state can get in trouble. But like this dude said, I was working back in 1999 and he was a lieutenant back then, I do believe. Big lieutenant. No, it wasn't supposed to have followed you back home. That's the most sickening fucking thing I've ever dealt with. The worstest, it's one of the worstest things that I can think of that I was a semi-involved in or knew about and didn't do nothing about it. And is trying to publicly, what they're doing in Columbus, Ohio, publicly trying to do it, outdoing public shit of the organized crime, the hate crimes, the hazing, and all the rest of the shit, and whatever else is psychological, socially assaulted me, and was trying to enforce some shit out there that's completely been destroyed in less than 9 days in Colorado Springs, and challenged and assaulted and talked down to, and me being psychologically slapped around. Ain't worth it. Day after day, time after time, I don't have a family. One day, even if they're dead, I want the charges and the justice prosecuted for human trafficking tactics and techniques, even against my own family. When you bring in victims and they say, that's us, I identify with him. I identify not only him verbally speaking out, just by his personal social beings, the things that are going on, and him being sick, being like tired, being worn out, being a slave. It's fucked up. See y'all. Hopefully I live. Hopefully I'm alive tomorrow. I'm over here off of Powers Boulevard, Palmer Park, Shawnee Drive, I do believe it is. I won't give an exact location, but that's as close as I can get in Colorado Springs. 80915 zip code. Hopefully I'm alive within the next few months, and hopefully I'm alive systematically without people in the system. You have Mexican gangs. You got half those correctional officers or shit like that is tied in with Mexican mafia or Mexican even lifestyle. They don't have to be, I'll take back of accusing they're all gangsters, but they're turned into the lifestyle and influenced. No different than I'm talking about the influence on myself. No different than the other trafficked victims. Influenced by the power of what's going on. I got no way out. I'm entrapped now. I messed, and I do take some fault, but I don't, because somebody else isn't explaining that I was being psychologically fucked up out in Columbus, Ohio, to certain extents by certain people, especially the neighbors that I have that live right next door to me off of Gift Street and Walnut Street right there, still living there 10 years, 30 years later, and them playing law enforcement corrupt games and whatever else. And oh, it ain't, it is, it ain't, it is, and everybody else is disagreeing. Bunch of people, not everybody, bunch of people disagreeing. But anyhow, causing me to falter and think I'd be safe to walk out here and have a family, to be able to see things, be able to say hi and bye. Even if it was in the worstest form of just saying, hey, hi, bye, ain't a whole lot of connectivity because of, hey, I know for a fact you don't have federal agents, you don't have people out there that are not just being counseled, coming out to check things out about, and it ain't the only thing that's happened, but one of the main things of human trafficking, hazing, discrimination, just like being called incel, especially after you've been kicked down and you have, like myself, where I talk out like in certain phases, like third person, and they call that schizophrenic form, and it's kind of what they caused me to do. But talking like when I have been kicked down, assaulted, and then they use that to disgrace with. And then some people like, why don't you move on? I've moved. That's what the interstate stalking I talk about is part of it. Targeted individual, human trafficked. You'll never get away from us. We'll always have the power and control. We've proved it to you. That we've kicked you down so hard, now the system will control you. If you don't allow us to do what we want to with you, even if it ain't sexual, but just the tactics of being able to control and utilize you for power, then we'll let the system kick you around. Matter of fact, cause it worse for you. And then you won't have us utilizing multitudes of different forms of tactics psychologically to cause me to think that I'm nothing or I don't have any power or strength for myself. What just happened, I'm not going to talk. It's sexual. It isn't completely touching me. It's the same thing as hazing, and it's been carried on since 1999, 100% positive, and going to go with some retired lieutenant and law enforcement that's active. No names, no nothing, just a trust of basis of standing there. Either they're in uniform and given whatever, it doesn't matter, Columbus, Ohio, and in New York City, a couple of other places like Washington, D.C., and saying, no, that you do not have to deny it. That's what it is. So I'm ending this video. I don't have much time to record with. I think I better start getting myself ready to get out of here no matter what. But I'm stuck in Colorado Springs, and somebody profiled and still keeping what I was 13 years ago, 20 years ago. Like, homeless shelters ain't going to be right. This ain't going to be right. We're going to fuck your life up all the way up out here. No different than the human trafficking tactics and techniques. You fuck with us, we'll fucking screw your life up. You obey, you break yourself the way we tell you to break yourself. Need federal agents, which has been representable in New York City, Washington, D.C., for sure. Both places. Last time federal agents, FBI, involved themselves, even though there's no paperwork for me or saying, hey, we discussed it completely on paper and it was full, but they was present and protecting, was 2015, the summer of 2015, New York City, New York. Washington, D.C., a very minimum in 2018 and a whole lot between 2010 and 2011 to certain points, and understanding and discussing what's going on. Without you knowing what's going on fully, and what I'm, just because I believe I am, that I'm accepting and trying to enforce that, you don't have victims step out and say that's the same damn thing that's happened to me. You don't have people bringing out the fucking human trafficker themselves saying this is how I treat people, and if that's the people that's around him, it's the same fucking thing, even though he ain't been sexually exploited and all everything else. It has to be concentrated what the fuck's going on. Excuse the FF bomb, but damn, I'm pissed, hurt, and everything else. I'm very, 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 very hurt. I just lost my freedom to a system that doesn't care, that's had a system of full of corruption, has had a system, and that's the reason why I left, not to fucking deal with the shit. And I'm sitting in a fucking shithole, the worstest place that I can be in my entire life. The feds should hear, and it was talked in D.C., and trustworthy enough that CBI, Colorado Bureau of Investigations, need investigated, even when I was gone for over 7 years, of what fucking tactics, what was allowable, what happened, why they couldn't identify shit, anything and everything under the sun, much less other things that are understood as corruption and misconduction by other fucking FBI agents, if not fucking different offices saying, hey, no, there was a problem and it should have been represented. You should have had say-so and representation for that. But nah, I had to go outside the state. I had to leave because the place is so fucking corrupted. You don't talk about ours. You don't try to cause a problem. Well, now you're disabled, so it doesn't matter. You're psychologically fucked. Who cares what happened to you? You don't have a right to say so. You're not competent enough. Almost like United States or state, county, or even city, basically organized crime tie-in and helping out human trafficking, drug dealing, drug organization, and whatever the fuck they want to, because hey, it's power. Need FBI out here in Colorado Springs, if I could give a big ass shout out, and not just because I'm stomping my feet crying like a baby. Maybe you need to put together everything. There is case people with briefcases that helped out in New York City trying to show the force that without going, it is in case files. Even if it ain't in police database, it's in somebody's bigger fucking database, that they caught on to the organized crime, the trafficking, and tried to calm it down, settle it down, and did, so I could socially readapt to normal ability without being harassed, harmed, targeted, and everything else. Get those people, find out who those people are also, without even just finding out. Should be in a fucking database as it is fucking, excuse the language, and just giving the shout out stupidly. That should be able to be seen by somebody. I'm giving out an SOS type of situation, life-threatening conditions, that I just walked back into the shithole that fucking caused the human trafficking that is the connection, and or at least part of the connection, big part of the connection that was in New York City, and the crimes affiliated out there being affiliated and committed by people from out here because of the interstate stalking and all the rest of the shit. Go to the people with this case files. It should be profiled, a social profile form in New York City that has the evidence that there is something going on. There was something going on. They tried to control it as much as they could, tried to help me out, whatnot, and did a lot of social representation and scolding them. Hey, you don't got a right to do that, or you'll go to jail, or you don't know who you're talking to in a certain sense. I don't want to put it that way, but we're law enforcement knowingly that you're in the wrong. It's not a guesstimation. It's not a gameplay. I need somebody out here with me. I want my non-extradition back due to the fact, and even if it doesn't happen, I'll take the damn criminal charge as long as I can transfer the probate out of state. That is how bad it is. I'll comply with every damn thing for the next 2 years as long as it's reinstated, or hopefully a charge gets dismissed. Whatever the bestest outcome can come, hopefully comes. But I need help getting outside of this state now. I'm systematically trapped. And I've already had grief. I was locked up for a day and a half, and I mean a mass explosion of just outright horse crock of shit. Not even being like, hey, you're a bum bitch, you're a white guy. We're talking about shit being iterated from 13 years ago while I lay in a jail cell. And the same jail that was sued by many others, I signed a petition. My name came off of it. And people, that's the systematical concern of threat that is against me. Why the hell and who removed his name off that petition for us to come back out, to give him the lawsuit, to make him the victim, to give him the victim rights with the proof of evidence this shit's happened to him just like it happened to us. And he even has his own secluded individual case that we was helping him out with, somebody to take that evidence and destroy it, take that type of legal process and take and smudge it, fuck it up corruptfully. I'm done. I'm sending out the biggest SOS that I can. I know it's stupid as shit, but I am in grave danger in certain senses of fucking psychological, social life, if not actual, still real life threatening conditions. I haven't walked around the neighborhood too much, if at all, once myself, and been out on a couple of car rides, and there's already shit being inflamed up. Oh, you're a snitch and a rat. You left Colorado and you came back. You're a New York person. You're this, you're that. Trying to play Gino Romero. If you look up a case from 1996, he got shot down by gangland supposed association. The number six, the six crew or some shit like that used to be a website or some dumb shit. Gang related shit. They keep rubbing that in my face, just like Kim Colland, an ex old schoolmate from 25 years ago. Why would you keep repeating a fucking name from 26 years ago? I'm done. I am sending out the biggest, and I will try it to attempt myself systematically, the biggest SOS that I can to get the fuck out of here. I screwed up, yes. I hope somebody has enough feeling not to take this in any bad ways, forms, or use any discretion against me of it's stupid. But even if you do, I don't care. Whatever gets me out of this state, even with the criminal charges for the probation transferred elsewhere, back home to Columbus, Ohio, which wasn't 100%, it started having its problems and discussions of me moving back over to New York City for a while to let some more shit be put together. After X amount of years going out there, it started profiling systematically with somebody. And those somebodies have that profile and was putting a stop to the situation back in 2015. But the intelligence behind what I'm saying is organized, is highly intelligent and highly organized. So it was still being able to be defeated at certain extents while I was out of the eyes of those who could help me, either while they slept or if I left and got on a train and went, down to Staten Island, too far out of inner city and way too far out, or just, whatever could be, just a little blip blank spots. These guys are on it. That's the type of intel. And they also have intel. They have intelligence. They have ties ins with families that are cops, that are law enforcement, government, military, and leading all the way into federal government, because local FBI turned into, hey, I'm such and such brother and da-da-da, or whatever it be. Doesn't matter. Now, tell the truth. I'll tell all the truth when I do. Doesn't matter, because when I told the truth in D.C., I just started rattling off next to the people, started either having conversation, explaining the same thing, and getting iteration back, or they'd stand right there and we kind of trade a little bit of information. And no, I don't need to be condoned because I don't know what I'm not talking about when there's somebody else that says, hey, I can represent internal affairs, I can do this and that shit's fucking wrong. And that it's becoming life-threatening wrong. Not just physical life. It's been explained by a psychiatrist also. It's called social life death. When they kill any abilities, much less your ability to feel safe, think. It is a psychological neural processing that they're stopping. Causing social life death. It's a possibility to actually cause physical life death from that. Heart attack, stroke, brain strokes, or just be able to go stupid. And people don't believe, why can't you just walk away when you can't? Other human trafficking victims will tell you the same thing. Look into it. Sending out my biggest SOS. I don't have a lot of time, like a minute left. I don't want this video destroyed. I'm pressing stop now. I'm Rod Works. I'm out of here. Peace.